interesting fact number one, IFA did a whole bunch of videos. You can see them on their website. What confused me about their version of a reporter, she kept on calling it the International Franchising Association as well as franchisers. So here, we are better journalists.
Whoop.
One of my favorite moments, I'm walking, kind of in my zone, I'm reading my phone. It's easier to look at my phone than to try to recognize faces. And the guy goes, Nick. I go, hey. I go, it's good to see you. And I would say it's good to see you because that's the easiest way to pretend like you remember who someone was. So I said, it's good to see you. He goes, you've never met me. I said, He goes, I watch you and Cassie on the 8 every week. I was like, that's pretty cool that he said it felt like he was meeting a celebrity.
Yeah, we're Frant celebrities.
I thought that was cool.
That's super nice. Hi, person.
If you want to send us some swag, we'll put it in the background. And
shameless plug for swag.
On the next episode. Okay, so here's the game we're playing. Game 1, because this is February 16th.
Yes.
So the NBA All-Star Game is this weekend. Did you know that?
Shockingly, no, I didn't know
Do you know
that.
what NBA is?
The NBA?
Yeah, what does that stand for?
Basketball, National Basketball Association.
Okay, there. Like, NBA stands for basketball?
All of it's basketball.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. So the way that their All-Star Game works is two of the best players in the league got to draft their teams.
Okay.
So we're going to look through the power rankings, and if you haven't seen our power rankings on our site, this basically shows the brands that are trending through content. So it does provide some valuable information. And we're going to pick we're going to have a 3-franchise team. You're the coach, I'm the coach.
All right.
And we'll do rock, paper, scissors for first pick.
Okay.
And we'll see what our teams look like, and we're going to talk about them. Ready?
Okay. Wait, hold on. Is it rock, paper, scissors, then shoot? Or
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, I get first pick. My first pick is going to be number 7 in our power rankings, Soul Bowl, because I have not seen a restaurant brand grow as quickly as they have in a long time. They're on healthy, acai. You say potato, I say tomato. Potato, not tomato. Soul Bowl is my first pick, number 7 out of the power rankings. Cassie, you're up.
My first pick is number 3, Tutor Doctor, because they have a really strong global presence.
Ooh, that's a good pick. So I got the starter. I got the startup franchise. You got the established one. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with number 11, Mosquito Joe. Now, this way I have my brand to play defense on you because that brand has been going yoink. So
true.
You're welcome, Zika. Or thank you, Zika. Is that how that goes? All right, you're up. Pick number 2.
Thank you, Zika. I am gonna go with number. This is difficult. I'm gonna go with number 2. Famous Toastery. I need a restaurant brand to combat your acai bowls.
Yeah, you're gonna serve up some eggs.
Yep, I like breakfast.
Good. I like turtles.
Oh God, now I'm that guy.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
All right, my third brand that I'm going to take out of our power rankings. This is a tough one, but I am actually going to take number 1 ranked Mooyah Burgers, Fries, and Shakes.
Okay.
Brands that do simplicity well are the ones that win. And your third pick is?
My third pick, I'm going with number 16, Pretty in Paint, because they have a really low-cost, home-based franchise that I think has a lot of potential.
And also, if I did body paint, that would be my nickname.
Right.
This is the 8.
Okay. How do we know which one of our teams won?
Well, let's discuss this.
Okay.
I would say because of the All-Star game, there's a lot of dunking, some home runs. Home Run Derby is really fun. Have you ever watched the NBA Home Run Derby?
It's not the right sport.
That's correct.
I at least have a very basic knowledge.
I would say it was a fair fight, but Cassie's team pulled out for the victory.
Killed it.
Yeah, it's like parents. Parents always let the kid win. I'm gonna let you win this one.
Thanks.
You don't win a lot of these games.
That's so true. I appreciate the victory. I'll take what I can get.
Now my new favorite part of me saying you don't win a lot of games is you said that's true and started laughing, but our producer back there started talking during that and said, yeah, that is true.
We still need to get her a mic.
We need to turn that thing around. Like, just go like this.
Oh my gosh.
Just take it out to the off-center.
It may be offsetting.
She's mad at us now.
That was completely worth it. No. All right, let's kick this off.
Okay, so we're going to kick this off. So Valentine's Day was this week, and brands were trying to capitalize on it with, traditional LTOs, but there was one brand that took it a step farther, KFC. I feel like I talk about them a lot whenever it comes to these marketing stunts that really seem to work. So when you bought their $10 chicken share meal, they gave you a Valentine's Day card that had really clever sayings in it, like, you have the secret recipe to my heart, and it was a scratch and sniff card, so it smelled like fried chicken, which is really aggressive, but I think it's funny, and here I am talking about it.
They're smart with their marketing. They get people talking about it. We were talking about this at IFA, that Arby's brings in the venison, and then you go around and ask if anybody's ever tried the venison at Arby's, and the answer is no, but it gets people to talk about the brand.
Right.
I once had this idea. There was the wave of dog poop franchises, like Duty Calls and Pet Butler, that picked up all the poop in the backyard. I said it would be great if one of those created a bus stop ad with a scratch and sniff of dog poop, just to see if people's curiosity would go up there and just go, oh yeah, that is.
I'm sure they would.
I know, it'd be fun to watch that. All right, Fran Liberty.
All right, this is where I'm going to need your help because I don't want to butcher these names. So, as a part of our franchising celebrities issue, we had this kind of mini series about the National Franchising League. We talked to 3 different former pro football players who are now within the franchising industry and got some really great interviews with them. So check it out on their site. The people that we interviewed were
The Moose.
Okay.
Moose, he played for the Chicago Bears. I mean, he had most of his career catches. But what's interesting about Moose is he's number 30, number 29, number 29 and number 30 in all-time receiving yards in the entire history of the NFL. That's pretty cool. That's a good
awesome.
story.
Yeah.
And he bought into Backyard Burgers. Shout out Dave McDougall, who's the CEO. I was just talking to him about Moose being in charge. Takoya Jackson, Angelo Crowell, and we had one other.
Yes, who we have for our
Gary
Franspiration.
Brackett.
Yep.
Who, hey, Gary, we're now Facebook friends.
That's cool.
And he posted our story, and what's cool is some of these guys and other NFL players were like. So,
Yeah.
Gary, thanks for making 1851 trend. Had a good time with you last week, buddy. All right, fresh money.
All right, Fresh Money. So there are a lot of brands that are tapping into the power of working with celebrities and trying to get those endorsements lined up. But when it comes to how much it really costs, things can be a little bit murky. So there is a feature up on our main site now about 5 things that franchisors should know about what it really takes to work with a celebrity that they're trying to bring into their brand. And one of my favorite points from this article is the fact that it's not necessarily a traditional celebrity in today's influencer culture.
Yep.
People who are famous on Instagram can be asking for just as much, if not more money than other celebrities.
Yeah, just be careful on that, because ultimately what happens in their personal careers or personal lives can influence your brand. I've seen it 1,000 times. I mean, you can see the Subway scenario that happened a few years ago. So just understand that the shelf life of those is going to be dependent on how do they behave outside. So it's almost like sports players. That are on a team, you expect them, or when you're looking for them, you want them to act the same outside of the outside the field as they do inside the field. So just be careful on that. But a really good story.
All right,
Frant
we're
of the week.
franting
Frant
now.
of the week. Frant of the week. There
What
you
a
go.
nice remix.
Emily, you're welcome for that.
What a great soundbite. So hashtag fake news is the subject of this week's Fran, kind of how it's become a part of culture. I feel like I've said that more in the past year than I ever would have thought imaginable. And it's not just politics that this applies to, it's even in business, and when opinions are becoming beliefs, it can mean bad business.
It's wacky. I mean, people, it's crazy. I've used this, I actually use this example this week. I said, I was talking to our good buddy Charles, and he goes, why would anyone believe something that's not true? And I said, did you know this person, they cheated on their wife? He goes, really? I go, no, but all I had to do was say that once, and it triggered something in your brain to make you say, I'm going to question that person as a human. The thing is, and where it's dangerous is in a competitive landscape, if you say things that are false and not true, the believability is there because you have credibility. Anybody has credibility right now, whether that's news hits. You can see these celebrities, all these celebrities that have died like 25 times. It's like Boy Who Cried Wolf, and then when they finally die, people are like, they didn't die, and then you go to TMZ and they did die. It's just there's a lot of garbage out there. Just be careful. Double check your work. If someone says something sucks, especially on product side, especially in franchising, just make sure that you hear that. I once got advice that the way that you judge something is not through positives, but neutrals and negatives. If they're receiving more neutrals than negatives, then they're probably in a good place, because it's the same with Yelp reviews. A lot of people will have a great experience at a restaurant and not go right about it. So neutrals are the key to there, and then negatives are important too, because if the neutrals don't balance those out, then there could be some truth in those negatives. So just be careful with the news that's out there. There's a lot of garbage.
Solid advice.
Probably technically. Franch forward.
All right, so if a brand is looking to Franch forward, this is something I feel like we talk about a lot here in the office. You may want to consider people that have a vegan diet, especially with health and health food being top of mind for a lot of people right now. Having those options on your menu is a way to appeal to a consumer base that otherwise isn't going to be coming through your doors. So there are already brands like Burger King and KFC even that have these options on there that you might not even know about, but I think it's worth it to tap into that.
I think the timing of that is garbage.
Of vegan?
Yeah.
Oh,
we're 2 weeks away from my 1 year mark.
I forgot.
Of having to go vegan for a year.
I can't believe that was a year ago.
And our social media team posted it yesterday, to which I wrote chicken, burgers, chicken fingers, fish, all things that are not. But yes, I think this is a category to watch out for. As long as the food costs get balanced out, vegan's here to stay. And so is celiac. I would like to see where these brands go with it. You can already see the movement on gluten-free items being added to the menu. So, good story.
All right.
Brand funny
this week.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So this was quite the mix-up, and I'm sad to say that it was from where we live, Chicago.
Like a few blocks away.
Yeah, literally. So the ABC station here.
By the way, before you go, here's what you just said, Dan. I'm sad that it was a few blocks away, and Emily, our producer, just went, like, it's so fun to watch her interact. I'm going to turn that camera around.
We need like a live look, like a split screen of like her reaction to like.
No, I think we talk. Here, let's do this. Let's turn that thing around. She's like, no.
She's like, don't put me on camera.
I think we should put the camera on her. We talk, and then people can watch what her reaction.
Like a live reaction.
I got an idea. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So the ABC station here in Chicago ran a graphic with a news story about the 2018 Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea, and said that it was the PF Chang Olympics, which really is not correct. I give credit to their in-house social media team because they were like, contrary to popular belief, we're not hosting the games, but it's not great.
Somebody got fired.
Yep.
Bye-bye, intern.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not cool.
Not a great move.
So, but I understand. It maybe not that exact scenario, but when I was a journalist a long time ago, it was the first time that I was writing where I was actually getting paid as a journalist at a local paper in Des Moines, Iowa. It was for the Urbandale Press Citizen, which was owned by the Des Moines Register. And there was this girl who was on the basketball team named Betsy Funk. And I accidentally put Betsy F-U.
Great.
Yep. And my editor didn't catch it. It ran. People made fun of her. I felt bad for her. She was a high school student.
Oh, that's so bad.
I mean, I was a college kid. I wasn't that much older. But mistakes happen. Maybe someone should read that over before it comes live.
There needs to be an editor.
I also did get fired after that moment. But weird, I got picked up at the Johnsonville Press Citizen right after that. Like, another editor's like, I really like that guy. I'm hiring him. So fear not, intern.
Yeah.
He will make it.
You'll bounce back.
And you'll have a story to tell for the rest of your life.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, inspire us.
All
hey,
right.
Look, it's Gary Brackett.
Yes, it comes from Gary Brackett. So in our article, great quote from that, if you're the hardest working person inside of your restaurant, then everyone else will follow along. It's that mentality that makes you successful.
Bingo. All right, Frans and Frenemies.
Friends and frenemies. So the next generation of American consumers, Generation Z, they are ditching Facebook for a new friend, which is Snapchat. So there's a new report out that shows that Facebook is expected to lose users for the first time this year. And especially in that 18 to 24-year-old age bracket, most of those are going over to Snapchat, and Snapchat is adding more younger users than Facebook is, which I think kind of speaks to the fact that people might be a little frustrated with Facebook.
I'm going to give two points here.
Okay.
One is this is continuously a conversation at an IFA convention. What blows my mind is when it's a panel of people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s talking about what millennials want.
Yeah.
You don't know. Put millennials up there and ask them the questions.
Agreed.
I just don't do that. Secondly, I read a stat in our data that comes in our elevator that millennials, the greatest percentage of any demographic or any generation that has $0 in retirement savings. So it's interesting because I hear about franchise brands trying to target this audience. I don't know that they're ready to buy a franchise right now. If they're not in a mood of saving money yet,
Right.
They haven't figured out what they want to do with their lives yet. There's more flexibility and time that goes against that. I don't know that we have to worry about them as a franchise industry quite yet. There's going to be some. There's exception to the rule. But the key here, from a consumer standpoint, if they're going onto Snapchat, that means your brand has to understand its place on Snapchat. So I still say, I can see all these brands on Facebook that say, eat our food, eat our food, eat our food, eat our food. That's not social media, that's media. That is pure media. Social is when there's an interaction that's going on. So if you can't figure out how to have an interaction on Facebook, maybe it's time that you put delete on Facebook and jump over to Snapchat if you're confident that you have a strategy that's going to drive sales out of that audience. So, in closing, you're going to watch the 3-point contest? The dunk contest.
I'm probably not going to watch any of it.
The skills competition. The celebrity tournament. Ooh, you would like the celebrity tournament.
I would like a celebrity tournament. It's more my speed.
We had fun drafting. Make sure you check out the power rankings on 1851 sites. And this is the 8.
Bye.
See ya.